Hello, everybody. This is Daryl with Business Credit Works. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Credit Works. Just want to take some time out to thank everybody for supporting our company. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and we love working with the business owners in the community to educate and live out their businesses. So today I'm just going to talk about the basic of how to build business credit. We've got some new software that we're trying out here in the studio, and we're going to give it a shot. So bear with me if we have technical difficulties. I said it's a new software, but we are going to now add it and see if we can do this presentation for you. And we will do it, I should say. Looks like it's coming up just fine. Let's see. And then the next one is full screen. All right. All right. Business Credit Works. We make building business credit with ease. As I said, I'm the founder and CEO of Business Credit Works. How to build business credit in 4 simple steps. What is business credit? Some of you guys might be asking. Business credit is credit that's in the business's name. It's using the EIN number, the employee identification number that you establish when you go to the IRS. So you're using that number and not your social security number. So what that does, it basically, in essence, divorces you from your company. Think of your company as its own individual person. So you want to divorce yourself from that as your businesses grows and scales, okay? With an established credit score, just as in the consumer world, your company can get loans, it can buy property, vehicles, so on and so forth. And this based on the ability, it's based on the company's ability to pay and not you, the business owner. And like I said, since the credit is in the business's name, there's no personal guarantee by you, the business owner, which is what I meant earlier by divorcing yourself from the company, okay? Benefits of business credit. Credit profile can be built completely in about 6 months or so. It gives the business owner doubling the buying power. For example, if you've got a consumer credit card with $10,000 credit line, now you have your business credit card with another $10,000. So what you want to do is you've got $20,000 for your project now, whether that be to buy real estate, put earnest money down, for example, or to invest in marketing to scale and grow your business. You've got $20,000 worth of credit to use now for your company. So that's what I mean by doubles your buying power. Business credit scores are based on whether the business pays its bill on time, okay? And a business can obtain credit much faster than the consumer can, much faster. Right out the gate, a new entity can start building those trade lines with net 30 accounts. Another benefit is the approval limits are much higher on the business accounts versus personal accounts. And this is per the SBA. The limits are typically 10 to 100 times higher on the business credit. And think about that. Why is that? Your company brings in revenue versus your W-2 check. So if you're making $60,000 per year, you're only going to get a certain amount of credit. Whereas if your company brings in $1 million, $2 million, $10 million in revenue, of course your company now can afford to have more credit because it shows that it can pay it back based off the revenue coming in the door. When business credit is done correctly, it can be done without a personal guarantee. Business credit can quickly be obtained regardless of personal credit quality, meaning if you've got bad personal credit, because we're using that EIN number to build the credit score and credit profile, we're not looking at using your social security number, okay? Just a heads up though, some of the vendors we work with will, for banking rules and regulations, to assure that you are you when you're applying for these applications on the applications. So what they'll do basically is they will ask you for your social security number, but it's also only for validation purposes only, which if you read the screen as you're applying with the vendors, it will say for validation purposes only, but on the actual application, you're putting the EIN number and not your social security number. Most business credit lines can be taken on without the owner taking a personal guarantee. What that means is you're personally guaranteeing your business's debt. So in the case of default, the business owner's personal assets can be pursued. So that's why it's so important to divorce you from your business, because it does have some protection there for business owners and their families. When a business owner applies for financing, the business credit is reviewed. Very similar when you go personally, say you're applying for a car. First thing they're going to do is ask for your consumer credit score. The same logic applies in the business world. Well, your business should have a credit score because credit, whether it's personal or business, it speaks to character. Meaning, if your business pays its bills on time, your business has good character. The same logic applies in the consumer world. So that logic goes across the board, whether it's personal or business. And the big thing with the business side of the business world, you can get denied and they don't have to tell you why. There's no regulations that require the lenders to disclose to you why they denied you. Like as we know in the personal world or consumer world, with the Federal Credit Reporting Act, they are required to let you know why you were denied. Oops, I missed a slide there. Okay, 4 easy steps to quickly building business credit. Business starts with a brand new credit profile, just as a consumer does. No credit, straight out the gates. It's like you're a teenager getting your first credit card. The business gets approved for a new credit that reports to the business credit reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax. A positive business credit profile is established when your company is making its payments on time. Okay, not so much with, I call it the 5 circles on the consumer world. In the business credit or the commercial world, it's when your business pays its bills on time and the number of trade lines that helps build that credit score with the business credit reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. First thing we're going to do is credibility. We need to ensure that when the computer's algorithms goes to validate your business, that it comes back accurate. Because the first thing that underwriters or any banking institution is looking for, they're looking for fraud. So anything that is a red flag, if you get too many red flags, this computer's algorithms are going to go to a no versus to a yes. So before applying, we want to make sure that you're set up credibly, okay? And what that is, we'll break them down individually. Your business name. Very important that you use the exact business legal name that you established with the Secretary of State. In your full business name, ensure that it is exactly as you have on the corporation papers, your licenses, the bank statements. Because it's like, you know your personal name, right? Why would you not know your business name? Corporate entities. You can build business credit with almost every corporate entity type. If you truly want to separate business from your personal, and your business must separate legal entity, not a sole proprietor or partnership. A sole proprietor is just using your social security number and not a true EIN number entity. Unless you have a separate business entity, a corporation or LLC, you might be doing business, but you're not truly a business. You need to have a corporation or an LLC in order to separate personal from business. Your EIN number, of course, this is a must. We have to have an EIN number, employer identification number, to establish and start building business credit. Okay. And what that is just think of it as your social security number for your business. Your business address, a brick and mortar building. There are some, as I say, they've gotten a little bit more lenient since COVID, where you don't have to have a physical brick and mortar building, but an actual business address versus a business or virtual address, a business address. Okay. And not to say that's a hard, fast no, but some lenders will look at that, and some, with COVID and everything else checks out, they will be more lenient. So there's some room, depending on what you're applying for in that lender, where they might not look as heavy on a virtual or business address versus a true brick and mortar building. Home addresses, like I said, with COVID, once again, 50-50 lenders. Some lenders will look at that, some won't. But a P.O. box for sure, no. No. No matter what it is, no P.O. box. And just business address again, a virtual office is a professional business address, dedicated receptionist, fax, so on and so forth, where a true office, your own full-time private office with receptionists. And I know a lot of times we aren't in a position to have these things, but like a Regis, for example, there you can get a business address, okay? And that's going to be in a separate building. It's been zoned properly, and it's not a P.O. box. 411, very important. I remember back in the day, I'm dating myself, but we used to use 411 to call information, basically. And the lenders still use that 411 directory. So getting listed with 411 is very important. Your phone number. The perception is with an 800 number or toll-free number that you're a legit business. Not to say a cell phone won't work, but once again, we have databases, so we know if it's a cell phone or if it's a VoIP or a landline, we know. So once again, it's all about the system's algorithms and that particular vendor that you're applying for credit for, what their guidelines are to get you approved or not. And just talking more about the phone number. I said the cell number or home number could get you flagged. Once again, we don't know every vendor's guidelines, but just kind of a heads up. If you get denied, that might be the reason why. Okay. Website. I know the first thing I do anymore, I get a business card, people tell me I have a business, I'm looking at their website. Same with businesses, same with vendors and lenders. They're trying to basically say that you are a legit business. So they want to validate all of these points to make sure you're legit before they extend credit to you. And that's what the website is. This is validation. Basically, you're a legit business. Email address is very important because so many times I will see businesses with a free email account or a Gmail account. What business that you know of has a Gmail account? Daryl@gmail.com, Daryl@businesscreditworks.com. That is an email address, Daryl@businesscreditworks, and not a free email account. Would you want to do business with a company that just had a free email account? Would you think they were legit or not? And just going into avoid using Hotmail, Gmail, free email accounts. Your bank account, of course, most important. Lenders and vendors look at when you started your bank account is when you became a true business, not when you established your EIN But when you open the business bank account is when you became a true business bank account again. And the banks have their internal rating system also. So 10,000 or higher, that's basically is on the bank's radar. So having a $10,000 higher limit or carrying a balance of $10,000 or more gets you on the bank's internal rating system. So now they know to market to you different products and services based on your average balance per month of 10K or more. Any licensing, everything needs to match, guys. Your business name, address, email address, everything needs to match. Licensing, permits, IRS filing, everything needs to match. I can't stress that enough. And business listings, and just making sure that your business is listed the exact way that you use with the Secretary of State. Your Dun and Bradstreet number, this is huge. Obtaining a DNB number is needed to start building business credit. Okay. It also plays a part in when you're going to borrow money. They will pull your Dun and Bradstreet credit score to see what that credit score is. Because once again, credit speaks to character. So having a high business credit score gives a lender just reassurance that the company pays its bills on time. Next step is a vendor accounts. Okay, just small vendor accounts, net 30s. So, for example, Uline, Quill, we've got a lot more on our platform, but those are typically ones people have heard of and have used. But a heads up, as business credit goes, those companies that are on the internet with other uh, business credit companies, that information can be outdated because the rules are changing all the time. So we call those underwriting guidelines. They're changing all the time. So if you go on YouTube and you see a video saying XYZ does business credit and make one purchase, it might be the case and you need to make 3 purchases now before they extend you a line of credit, where before you can make one purchase of $50 and boom, get a $2,000 line of credit. So the rules are changing all the time. He who has the gold makes the rules, guys. And just talking about more vendor credit, net 30s, it could be net 60s, net 90s. And that just means the number of days that you have to pay the invoice. Okay. You can get products and services you need and just defer the payment for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. So it helps with cash flow management. Okay. Always apply without using your social security number. And I was telling you earlier, some vendors will request it. And what that is just proof that you are, in fact, the business owner of the business versus is not someone trying to do some fraudulent things with your business. So the total of 3, and I say 3 to 5 to trigger the Dun and Bradstreet credit score to start reporting. So 3 applications, 3 approved applications with 3 credit scores, all going to Dun and Bradstreet, that triggers for it to start building a credit score and credit profile for your company. Vendor accounts again. All I can stress is be patient, because sometimes depending on when you make a purchase and when that vendor actually reports to the credit bureaus might be 30, 60, even 90 days sometimes. And as I said, that's why I said earlier, 3 to 5 trade line experiences on Dun and Bradstreet will trigger it to start creating a credit score and credit profile. So if you apply for 5, 6, 7, that's okay, vendor accounts, because the chances of 3 to 5 reporting are increased. So it's not going to hurt you. The number of trade lines, as I said earlier, is also what helps you build a better score and better profile. The number of trade lines. And most merchants don't even offer business credit. That's the thing about it. We just have to know who offers it and what credit reporting agency they offer it to. With us, we do all that work for you. So we already know where we're going to take you through our program and start establishing that business credit. And that's step one or level one. Next step is tier two or level two is 3 vendor accounts. Okay. Tier one, once those will start reporting on the credit reporting agencies, then you're ready to move to tier two or level two. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is level two now. Level one is getting those 3 to 5 reporting, and it does two things. One, it triggers Dun& Bradstreet to create a credit report and credit profile. And two, it's a signal that you're ready for level two and to apply for different vendor types at level two. Okay. Vendor accounts usually takes about 90 days or so to show up on the credit score with the trade lines. Most stores will not approve a business owner for credit unless they have a credit profile like level one. Those accounts that you started on level one is the foundational pieces for you to continue up to level two, level three, level four. Okay. And we're just going to continue to get vendor accounts. And the more vendor accounts that you have, the better the credit score. Oops. Okay. And it's essential. Just keep using your credit. Keep applying for more and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. Within 6 to 12 months, you've got more options available to you. So this was a high level business credit introductory, very high level. So for more information, we can be found at businesscreditworks.com, our info@businesscreditworks, and our direct phone is 844-417-9675. And this is Daryl with Business Credit Works. I hope you guys got value from that high level introductory business credit. So I wanted to just come on and to share with you that high level. And we'll be getting some more topics out here too in the next coming days and weeks. Okay. So we'll cover different topics. If you have questions also, please feel free to email them or put them in this chat, and we'll be happy to answer them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in and taking this high level of business credit. And I hope you found value. And please like and share, because we as business owners need to have business credit in our toolbox as we're growing and scaling our business. All right. So once again, Daryl, Business Credit Works, and thank you for joining us today for this